Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradari, Jaya Girivaradari. Jaya Girivaradari. Gopijana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradari, Jaya Girivaradari. Yashodhanandana, Jaya Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodhanandana, Jaya Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachare, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jamuna Tiravanachari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Gora Haribo. Nitai Gaura Premanande, Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Radha Giridhari ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki, Gaura Premanande. Gauranga. Come. Well, this way. There's no.
Anything else?
I wanted something to make sure this doesn't slide off. Yeah, yeah. You can bring it here. No. Take it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I'd like to first welcome all of you to this beautiful Kirtan program and Pushpa Abhishek to follow. On behalf of His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, please feel at home and give your heart to the celebration and see what you will get after. So just so that we honor our sacred texts, we will read a verse and just briefly the purport, just to set the tone for what we will speak about. This is a verse from the 9th chapter, text 26. It's a famous verse, maybe those who know it can repeat. Patram pushpam palam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tad aham bhaktu paritam ashnami prayatat manaha. Translation and purport. Translation: if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit or water, I will accept it. Please repeat. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit or water, I will accept it. Purport. For the intelligent person, all of you, it is essential to be in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, in order to achieve a permanent, blissful abode for eternal happiness. The process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor, without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Kṛṣṇa consciousness, because it is so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Kṛṣṇa conscious by this simple method, and thus attain the highest perfectional life of eternity, bliss, and knowledge? Kṛṣṇa wants only loving service and nothing more. Kṛṣṇa accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient. And yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. To develop Kṛṣṇa consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti, or devotional service, is the only means to approach Kṛṣṇa. No other condition, such as becoming a brahmana, a learned scholar, a very rich man, or a great philosopher, can induce Kṛṣṇa to accept some offering. Without the basic principle of bhakti, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti is never causal. The process is eternal. It is direct action in service to the absolute whole. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Sayang Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langaite girim yat kripa tamham vande shi gurum dinatarinam paramananda madhavam shi chaitanya ishwaram. So once again, welcome to this festival. Srila Prabhupada has written and emphasized the purport of what Sri Krishna is saying in this verse, that the principle of bhakti or devotion is the essential point that the living being needs to take on board. There are two types of energies. There is the material energy and the spiritual energy. And the living being, you and I, are spiritual in nature, yet we are classified as marginal, because we can either be under the influence of the material external energy or the internal spiritual energy. So Tatashta means just like the gentleman standing at the door. He's neither inside nor outside. And he only has two choices. And each choice, one simple step, he's inside, or one small step, he's outside. So this is our position, that we are susceptible to be absorbed in either the external shadow energy or the internal pleasure potency. Now, if we were to run a poll and say, ask all of you, how many of you came to this festival with the desire to suffer? No takers? No. And how many of you came to this festival with the desire to enjoy, to be happy? By show of hands. It's a no-brainer. Now, this desire for happiness and enjoyment is intrinsic to the makeup of every living being. Shri Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Shri Krishna is the reservoir of pleasure. We are his parts and parcels. He says in the Gita, Mama Vangso Jivaloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. The living beings are my eternal parts and parcels. However, Manasa Stani Indriyani Prakriti Stani Kashati. Prakriti Stani means this material world is likened to be like a tough prison house where we are breaking the rocks of material sense enjoyment. Sometimes they give something, sometimes it's really bleak, no enjoyment. Just like within the prison house, there are different classes of prisoners. Some are considered A class, B class, C class, like that. But all of them are within the prison house. So also within this world, we have different stations in this world, and we may consider ourselves to be first class enjoyers, middle class, low class, forgotten and just doomed. However, Krishna says, no matter what you think you are experiencing in way of happiness and pleasure, it is all within the material prison. And he's offering us a way out to the land where Anandam Buddhi Vadanam, that the bliss, the joy of the spiritual world is ever increasing. It's ever fresh. That place is known as Goloka Vrindavan. And our festival today is like a window into that spiritual realm where Krishna lives, where he is the life of all that lives. He is the life of all the residents there. He is the source of unending happiness for those residents. We aspire for that type of world, but within this material world, we are blinded by all the advertisements, the tidings of material nature. Have you noticed how big the billboards are for something like alcohol? As if it will cure Alzheimer's or cancer. But many persons fall victim to these traps. Because material life is difficult. Why are we searching for joy at every step? Because we are children of the joyful world. And so, Srila Prabhupada, being the representative of the spiritual world, has brought that reality into this material world, such that we are sitting in San Diego, getting a glimpse into the spiritual world. Now, Krishna here in this verse, as liberal as Krishna is saying and inviting everyone that everyone can offer something to me. Nobody is barred from performing devotional service. So the festival is based on offering flowers, fruits to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the ingredient, the qualifying factor for Krishna to accept is when things are offered with devotion, with love. I buy you a present and I say, here's your present. And you may even start crying and running off. Yeah, she's like, for sure. If the gift, no matter how opulent, how exactly is what you wanted, if it is not given to us with love and affection, then people say, keep your gift. I don't care for it. What is being accepted is the gesture of love and affection by all of us. Yes. Wonderful. No problem. Sometimes in classes it said the next phone that rings, the punishment is that they have to sponsor the next feast. We don't want to offer that. Okay, we'll hold you to it. So now, Krishna is not looking for the most opulent offering. But if we have opulence, Krishna says, you offer according to your means. Not that you are able to offer something first class and grand to the Lord, but then you say, well, Krishna just said a fruit, a leaf, a flower. So we will give a meager offering. Even though we may give a grand offering, if it is given grudgingly or with a desire to be recognized as having given something, then it spoils the offering. We are reminded of when Krishna went to visit his friend and devotee Vidura. When he arrived at Vidura's house, then the wife of Vidura was there. She was beyond herself to welcome Lord Krishna. And welcoming the Lord, she wanted to offer him seasonal bananas. And in her ecstasy of receiving the Lord, she got the bananas, she was peeling them, and she was offering Krishna the peels and throwing away the banana. And guess what Krishna was doing? He was eating the peels and making sounds of ah. And when Vidura walked in, he was shocked. He said, Vidurani, what are you doing? I'm offering Krishna bananas. No, we are offering Krishna the peels. And Krishna said, Vidura, what do you know? These are the best banana peels I've ever tasted. Because Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. He is also Saragrahi. He accepts the essence of the intention, the mood with which things are offered. Because she was offering these banana peels with the greatest of love and affection, then Krishna was accepting and tasting the love that was infused in the offering. So today we will offer flowers to the Lord. Sometimes it is said, let us consider these petals to be the soft hearts that we originally have. Material life makes hard hearts, and hard hearts break hearts. No wonder everyone is heartbroken. because we've been promised many things by material nature and disappointed time and time again. But Krishna, he wants to accept the soft butter-like hearts which are there in each and every one of us. So this festival is an invitation to suspend all the hurt that material nature has leveled on us, to suspend the doubt that all the materialistic philosophers have injected into our system, and to become again the child who is enchanted by the beauty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You take a look at the altar. This has not happened by autopilot. There's no switch that devotees are pressing and then a new decoration just appears. It is the decorations done by devotees, human beings, just like you and I. Means we are also potentially able to be trained to do this. We should not disqualify ourselves. Many times in this material we like to, well, who am I? We like to talk about our disqualifications. I am like this and like this and like that. And we bar ourselves from doing something better, from doing something more sublime. Krishna, he doesn't look at us from the point of how we've become corrupted by material nature. Krishna is Adoshadashi. He doesn't see the faults in all of us, but he sees the tiniest of devotional affinity, and Krishna wants to fan that devotion. So like the petals of the flowers that we will offer, our festival is that we want to offer our hearts to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just as flowers are colorful and fragrant, then also our hearts and the love which resides in our hearts can be offered to the Lord. Each individual has an eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord. That relationship can never be broken. That's why people say, Jill and John, forever. I will love you forever. And someone may ask, forever? Forever, ever? Because these bodies which we are engaging in trying to love one another, they are temporary. But within this embodiment is us, the eternal being. And therefore we are attracted to eternal relationships. And when we invest our hearts in loving relationships in this world, we come with the expectation that it's of the standard of our home where we come from. But here, it doesn't last. And even if it lasts, then till death do us part. But there is that lover who is eternal, and it is him that we are looking for. And he is available simply to those who are willing to revert to default settings. Jivera Sarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. Tatasta Shakti Beda Beda Prakash. All of us are that Tatasta Shakti, that spiritual spark emanating from the Supreme Lord, and our constitutional position is to render loving service to the Supreme Lord. And so, to reorient us into this culture of service, Krishna is speaking this verse to invite us. Everyone can get some water to offer. It's not a difficult thing to get. There was a time when water was free. I don't know if any of you remember that time. Now we are even gratified to know when the water is expensive enough. Then we think, oh, then this is quality water. See how we've become cheated. Krishna is producing water for free. The clouds are there. The sun is absorbing the water even from the ocean. And the clouds transported and distributed everywhere. He's provided the ingredients with which we can make the connection. So he's not asking for the moon, offer me the moon and the stars. Some people, they promise other living beings such things. They don't belong to you, rascal. And you want to offer them. So everything in this world is considered bhoga. It is paraphernalia that can be offered to the Lord. But it is bhoga in the sense that it's object for enjoyment. If you try to enjoy it separately, then the law of karma kicks in. If you go to the restaurant and you bring your best friends, it's a reunion, everybody is happy, and you're ordering and eating and laughing and chatting, reminiscing, what a good time, wow. At the end, there's a waiter or waitress who comes. And they bring out, what do you call it? You call it the bill or the receipt? The bill. They bring the receipt. And then when you look at it and it's, $660, you may try to plead. No, who ordered this? You may have forgotten because you're absorbed in all the relationship, the laughter. But they don't skip a beat. They make sure everything that's been ordered is tallied up. So there is nothing that we're doing in this world which is innocent. Now I'm just living my life, I'll see the God thing later. And then we think it's all innocent, just living your own life. No. Everything is being recorded. And every action, as the science teacher said, has an equal and opposite reaction. So there's an effect. And we are not on the first page of the book of our lives. We've been here, we've done this rodeo, many, many lives. And so there's a lot of karmic debt that is accumulated. Krishna is known as Mukunda. He's the giver of liberation. If he wants being pleased with simple devotion, he can cancel that bill. Who here is interested in canceling the bill of their karma? You don't look like you're really interested. Yeah? So this is first step in approaching the Lord, is that we can come because we are distressed. Krishna acknowledges in the Bhagavad Gita. Some come because life is dealing uppercuts. It's tough. And he welcomes that. Others, they're coming, they need a little bit of money injected into their lives. So God owns everything. He's the wealthiest. Let me go. Maybe by doing a little something, he will give something. And others, they come because they're inquisitive. I've been seeing this Hare Krishna temple. I've received invitations in the past. Let me go see what they do there. One man came to our temple. He was told that at the altar, we have a snake that stays there. And this is South Africa. A little bit of superstitious around snakes, especially. Like someone had said, we keep a snake in the bead bag. I mean, yes, there was. So I asked him, how did you find out about the temple and why have you come today? What inspired you? He said, I heard that you guys have like a snake there and you feed this snake milk. And then, the Charanamrita? This is after the snake has had its share of the milk and then that is given to all of you, and it creates luck in your lives. So he wanted that luck, but he was also inquisitive to see, is there really a snake in that Hare Krishna temple? So coming because one is inquisitive. So after discovering that we didn't have a good luck snake, I never saw him again. So just to satisfy one's inquisitiveness, one comes, they may stay for a while, they may leave. If they get some finance, then, it worked, they may go off. If they're distressed and the distress goes away, then they may feel, my job is done. Krishna says, however, those who come in search of knowledge, they're the best out of these. Because knowledge of Him is endless, and knowledge of Him dispels the ignorance of the heart. Therefore, Krishna has said, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipuvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantitem. Those who are devoted to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. And also, if there's no knowledge, Krishna says, Tesham satata, Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. When there's devotion, and which is unalloyed, fixed, then Krishna says, I preserve what you have and I supply what you lack. So any which way you look at it, Krishna is there to take care of us, to protect us, to give us what we lack, because He's the Supreme Father. But He's inviting us to be good children. I've given you everything, just like the parent buys some chocolate for the child. And then the child opens the chocolate and says, Mommy, you have a bite. How does that feel for the mother? It's very nice. The child could easily, I saw a little video. We live in the world of social media. Parents, they had their son, the young boy, maybe he's like 2 years old, and they had 3 bowls covered. And the father opened his bowl, there was an empty plate. The boy opened his bowl and there was 2 cookies. And the mother opened her bowl and there was 1 cookie. So they're looking at the boy. So he looks, he notices, oh, the father doesn't have anything. He's happy, he sees he has 2 cookies. He says the mother has 1. And what does he do? He grabs the 1 cookie from the mother's bowl, breaks it in half, gives the 1 half to the mother, to the father, and he still has his 2 full cookies. Aren't we that little boy? That sometimes we are trying to accumulate. It's all Krishna's, but we think it's mine. And we want to stash it away in some account. And when it comes to serving the Lord, then we're looking for that 2009 series dollar to throw in there. We're unwilling to share with the Lord who has provided everything to us. Ultimately, Krishna is interested in love, and He can't force us to love Him. But by dint of His all-attractive nature, He can't help but be attractive. So that you have come here today, we just have to warn you that your dealings with Krishna will never end now. Now that you've seen His deity, now that you are chanting His holy name, now that you will accept the meal that's been offered to Krishna, that cord is getting tighter where Krishna is pulling you in. So if you're trying to delay some tug-of-war situation, Krishna is also supremely powerful. You cannot pull away. So Srila Prabhupada said, just give this 1 life to Krishna. Try to surrender immediately. Don't delay. If Krishna is the ultimate beloved, then run to Him and get His embrace. Don't delay. And so today, more attraction the windows of the spiritual world are opening. We get to see the festive mood of Goloka Vrindavan, where the simplest items are being offered with the greatest love and devotion. And we can take part in that. That whoever we are, wherever we've been, Krishna has invited us to take part in devotional service. And he is only asking, today we are offering flowers that some of us don't even know where they were sourced, how much they cost. But we will get a chance to also offer. In this world, if you get flowers that are bought by someone else and you come to offer to your beloved, and they found out that you just grabbed them off the table at the closest restaurant, that relationship could be finished. But Krishna is not so fussy. Yet we shy away from Krishna. So please, today, together as a unit, with the devotion of our hearts, let's pull together, chant together loudly, gaze upon the Lord with devotion, try to offer the most sincere, heartfelt prayers, and let us see the magic of Krishna sprinkled throughout our lives. And we make our lives successful by taking many, many steps towards the eternal realm, where it is said, every step is a dance, every word is a song, every day is a festival, every meal is a feast. And there, Krishna is serenading everyone with the fifth note of his flute. And that flute music is saturated with the infinite love that Krishna has for all living beings. So you are invited, and we are happy that you have come. Please take part. Srila Prabhupada ki. Gaur Premanand.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Before we move on to the next part of our festival, Dainidhi Prabhu will just give some announcements and thanks.
Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody.